So screening is about to come to an end here. I got the pile far enough down now where I spun the screener, and I can sit right here and load it and let it go directly into the pile, so I don't have to technically move it twice. I can sit right here and then, every few minutes or every 20-30 minutes run over here and throw it up with the excavator to stack it up a little higher. But I've been trying to let this stuff dry out. It's just, it looks dry now. Well, it's a lot drier. It was like 80 something today. But it's just so wet in this pile, and it's so sticky. It clogs up the screen. So I just got frustrated the other day, and I just like destroyed the pile and just spread it all out to get as much air as it could. I took the tailings, knocked it down, and tracked them over. So I'm gonna get here today and skim probably the top foot or so off, and run that through here. It should screen pretty good now, I think. You can tell it's still got a lot of moisture in it once you dig down, but we'll see what it does. I'm gonna move the screener over. That way I can discharge another pile there beside it, and that'll give me room to dig out under the conveyor and stockpile that. So I'm hoping I'm gonna screen what's left here is probably, I don't know, 10 or 12 loads, 15 max, and it shouldn't take too terribly long. I'll skim that off and then stir it up, let it sit tonight and some tomorrow, and hopefully be able to go through the rest of it. Oh, it's eating this dry dirt alive. Look at it, nice and clean. That's about the most dirt I've ever seen come off that belt at one time. Oh yeah, I like the way that's working. That's a good steady stream. Better feed it again, it's about empty. That's some nasty dirt. We don't need to run a car rim through the screener. He's doing pretty good for his first time running a screener. Feeding one. if you got a load you need to haul, no need to load it from the pile. We'll just screen some fresh. No need to move it twice, right? I'll let that fill up. I'll pull the truck forward some, fill up the back. So today is the last day of screening. I've pretty much screened all the dirt that I'm going to need. It's been a fun-filled process just because this stuff has been packed in this pile for so long, and it's below like the parking lot, so all the water runs in here, and it just, being a compost material, it just soaks up all the moisture and it sticks so bad. It has given me a fight the whole entire time screening, but it's not very often you screen a material like this. So, but I've been spreading it out, letting it dry, and I'll come in here and rake it up. The tailings, they've been coming out pretty clean, but I'll take about half of them and rake them out and drive over them, since about half of it is just little clay balls that form in the screen. So if I drive over it, it kind of breaks them apart and they'll fit through the screen, and I'll still be able to get something. But pretty much that whole entire pile is just tailings, and I really have no use for that, as it's got sticks and rocks and everything in it. So I'm throwing that to the side, raking this up, and hopefully I'll be done with this today and get everything cleaned up. Alright, let's get this show on the road. Last day screening dirt. I don't have a whole lot left. Calling for a lot of rain this week, so I'm trying to get this wrapped up, because if it gets wet again, it's just a lost cause. I've spent like 2 weeks getting this dried out, it seems like. Once I get this done, I've got a customer that's hired me to come do some screening for him. Tomorrow I've got a load boy coming to get everything moved over there, and we'll just have to wait and see what the weather does. That dirt's got a lot more sandy, so it should screen a lot better. This stuff right here is just brutal. It's great dirt, but it is about to break me screening it. To conclusions. If it sticks to the bucket bad, it's not good to screen. So luckily all this stuff is dried out enough, as you can tell. It doesn't really stick to the bucket, so plus side for me. Now I can finally run it through there like it needs to. Up in there. Dump too much in there or something. Normally that'll slide right on up. time with the little scraper and it all fell down in there and took off, so I don't know. Had it happen yesterday. Had a big wad of grass, like wet, muddy grass. It got in there and it wouldn't allow the dirt to slide down and keep feeding, so anywho, this is all I've got left right here. About another 3 loads, I would say. Screen this, clean everything off, fold the conveyor up, and I'm done around here. I will be done. Clean that up, pile up these tailings a little better, kind of rake it out some, and clean out the ditch over there where all the trash is gone. So that's a wrap. I sped it up when I didn't know if it was jamming up. So on these last couple loads I'm going to screen, I just come over here and as it piles up, just dig a few scoops out and throw it up here in the stockpile. Try to keep everything condensed. The way I don't lose as much when it's time to haul the dirt off. The more you spread it out, the more you'll lose on the ground. Well, you don't want to scrape down and get rocks and sticks and everything in it, so it's easier to go up. So stack it as high as you possibly can. This is done. I'll come over here with the backhoe and push all this up. Have a nice big stockpile. All right, just about done. Got about 5 or 6 more bucketfuls here. Screening this dirt will be over with. I've done all I needed to do. So I'll pile all that back up. Maybe it'll decompose in another 3 or 4 years. That wood will rot out, and then it'll be valuable dirt again. Maybe. But for now, it's getting piled up as trash. All that up. I got a tarp that's not near big enough, but I'll put it up there on the top. At least that'll keep a lot of the rain from going down into it. All right, I have put all I'm going to put into that here. Run a couple bucketfuls of tailings through there to clean the screens out. When that hopper empties out, I'm backing it up out of the way and cleaning all this up, and I'm out of here. All right, I'm done. Got it tracked out. It's time to fold this bad boy up. Let's see, one of them forgot where the pins went. I'll figure it out here in a minute. It might, I think it goes back in there and locks. No, it goes here in the side. It's already been too long. Done forgot. Fold it around so it's easy to transport. Well, it's the only way you can transport it. Make sure nothing gets in a bind over there. As it folds, it starts to pick itself up and folds right up against the side of the machine. And then I remember there's a turnbuckle over there somewhere to tie it back tight. There we go. And best I remember, this hook's somewhere. We got to figure out where. Tighten it down. All folded up in transport position. I'm gonna walk it up here and finish cleaning it off and get her moved tomorrow. All right, so this rendezvous is over with. Got my topsoil piled up, screener cleaned off, excavator cleaned off, tailings pulled out of the, or stockpiled, and all the trash pulled out of the ditch. I'm gonna leave that piled up in case he's got any sinkholes or something. It's got a lot of rock in it. It'd still be good for that. And I got where the dirt was pushed off. As you can tell, it's really wet as the backhoe left a lot of ruts. That'll rot down in a couple more years probably and be dirt again. That's just gonna be that. And over the next couple of months, that big pile should disappear. Alrighty, I got a tarp I'm gonna try to drag over a little bit over the top, and that's it. Load it up. I need a bigger tarp. It's like a 20 by 30. Not big enough. Ready to be loaded up in the morning or tomorrow afternoon.